Hello everyone, it's Hexis here. Today we have a topic which is slowly becoming a debate among players, especially those who always look for that extra increase in castle strength. How to set up our beast talents tree, and more importantly, does the type of beast have an impact on our beast talents? Let's have a closer look at each of them and see what all the fuss is about. Here we go to our beast and choose beast talent, and at the bottom center of this page there is an option blood vessel preview. If we go in there, we can easily look at the talent preview for all the different beasts regardless of which one you are using currently. I'm using Pegasus, and we will discuss the talents that are common to all beasts from here first, and then talk about those that are specific to each beast one by one. Okay, so let's start with the first skill in the tree, which is Beast Showdown. The beast will additionally deal damage by 22% of normal attack randomly against an enemy beast every 8 seconds. It is not that powerful in my opinion, it's just attacking the beast of your enemy. Then after unlocking that, you will get two branches unlocked. First one in the left side, it increases the hit points and attack of your frontline troops, that is infantry and cavalry, by a certain percentage, and it has the maximum level of 15, and which will give 22% total increase for your frontline hit points and attack. The right side skill is converting the troops battle power in your army by a certain percentage into the attack of your beast, and there is also a limit based on the current level of your skill. At level 2, the increased attack has a limit of 146k, and then it increases with the increase in skill. You need beast elements to upgrade these skills, and also keep in mind that the beast talents will only take effect when your beast is with your army, so it is very important to keep the beast alive as long as possible. The next skill is Potential Awakening, in which the beast's hit points and attack increases by a certain percentage every 4 seconds, and it has a capacity of 4 stacks. At the end of 16 seconds, it reaches its maximum capacity, and then it converts into a 3% increase of attack for all your troops. The center skills require more beast elements to upgrade, so I would keep them only for the purpose of unlocking stronger skills and stronger branches along the way. So here you get 2 more skills. The left side gives increase to the HP and attack of your archers and mages by certain percentages. And the right side this time is increasing the hit points of your beast based on the total battle power of your troops. And this one is actually more important than the increasing the attack of your beast, because increasing the hit points of your beast a little bit more will make sure that it stays alive longer in the battle, especially when the enemy has a dragon or a phoenix that has damage skills against your backline troops, which also affect your beast. Then once you have that, you go to the next skill called Vigor Drain, and it basically, during the first 30 seconds of a battle, the beast recovers its hit points by 8.5% at level 1 of the skill. So 8.5% of the damage dealt is converted into the hit points of the beast when its normal attack hits the target. And more importantly, it reduces the attack of the target that it is hitting by 5% at level 1. So the attack reduction effect lasts until the battle is over or that stack of troop is dead. It's not that powerful, but that attack reduction is helpful in a fight. So I would also still increase the level of this skill based on the requirement of the bottom skills that are yet to be unlocked. Unlocking this skill actually gives access to more powerful skills compared to the earlier ones. The left side gives a skill called Defense Expert, and this is where the skills get more interesting. Here at level 1, this skill reduces the damage taken by the troops when they are defending by a certain percentage. And note that this skill is only effective when you are the defending side. It doesn't mean that when you are in a fight and you're automatically defending and attacking, but this is more like when you're in Star Ruins occupying a mine and somebody attacks you, then you're the defending side, or when you're reinforcing a castle, you are the defending side. That's what it means. And the maximum level is 15, so 15% reduction in damage when you are defending. Similarly, on the right side, you have the attack master, it basically increases the damage dealt by your troops when attacking. It also has a maximum limit of 15 and 15% increase basically. So, and up until now, the priority for your beast talent skills to be upgraded will be first the attack master to 15%, since we are still doing more attacks than defending in everything. So this applies to events as well. This applies to Fiend Trial and everything where your troops are attacking. The damage increased helps in improving your points or improving your damage against other enemy armies, and so on and so on. You can invest a couple of points into the beast hit points skill. And then I would recommend going up to the hit points and attack of your front line would be more prioritized than the increase in attack of your backline troops, because the longer your front line stays in the fight, the more chance your backline has to dealing more damage to the enemy and winning the fight. I'm already talking about this part because the remaining skills will take way longer for you to upgrade compared to the earlier ones, because you need a lot more beast elements and further requirements to unlock them. We will talk about the fourth skill later because it's different for each beast. And then once you unlock that, you will get access to more skills. We will talk about the right side already, because it's the same for all beasts. That is, at level 1 it increases the hit points and the attack of your angels by 1.3%, and here this is where the angel technology gets a little bit more increase with your beast talents. So at level 15 of this skill, the hit points and attack of your angels increases by 22%. A pretty good skill once you get access to that. Then the fifth called strength combo, and at level 1 the beast's fourth attack will launch the double strike, which continuously deals damage 5 times against the attacked target, and each damage is 60% of your current attack. This damage is true damage and it ignores defense damage reduction, shield and dodge. It's a very powerful skill because it's true damage. It has no restrictions whatsoever. None of your enemy's defenses are able to stop it. So it's very powerful, and also that makes the left side skill very important as well, because it increases the damage of strength combo by 6% already at level 1. And then it has at level 15 a maximum increase of 100%. So that's a very powerful skill. However, the right side is more interesting when it comes to all of our beasts, and we will talk about that later when we go into the different beasts one by one, talking about their specific abilities when it comes to beast talents. Now that we are on the topic of beast talents, skills and beast elements, I have a tip for Hades event. You sometimes get tasks to spend beast elements in that event, like 200 beast elements for a level 5 task. And you might be waiting for upgrading a higher level skill which requires more beast elements. However, you might have 200 at the time. So an idea will be to spend it on a smaller skill or a lower level skill, like let's say troops converted hit points for your beast, and then you can put that beast elements there. And since we can reset our beast talents every week, so you can have a 7-day cooldown period before you can do that again. So keep that in mind when you're testing new configurations or when you're actually using this idea to do the Hades event task. You can invest the skills there and then reset it, put it back to normal, or when you have enough beast elements, then you can upgrade a higher level skill. All right, now let's start talking about the different skills that make each beast unique when it comes to beast talent skills. And the first one, let's start with Pegasus itself. It's called Battle Stampede, and at level 1 it launches Battle Stampede every 15 seconds in battle. It randomly increases 2 of your troops attack by 6% and the defense penetration effect by 3.5% for 7 seconds, and it prioritizes boosting the back row. So even though it says it randomly increases 2 of your troops attack, you can control that. If you send an SOS march, like let's say it's a 3-stack formation with infantry, then angels and then mages, then you only have 3 stacks of troops in your army. So it prioritizes the mages first, and then it works its way forward. So next will be angels. So those will be the 2 stacks of troops that get boosted by this skill. And also their damage penetration or defense penetration, is increased by 3.5%. So the defense means infantry defense, cavalry defense, angel defense, and so on. So it basically means increases the damage dealt by your troops that are boosted by this skill. The downside of this skill is that it only gets activated for the first time after 15 seconds when the battle is already started. The left side of this tree gives a bonus to this skill itself, like your troops fortified by Battle Stampede have their attack increased by 2% and the hit points increased by 2%. It is not that really great to keep upgrading this because this particular skill itself is only getting activated after 15 seconds. Alright, so now let's go into the panda and see what it has as the fourth skill. And it's called Tai Chi Matrix. Here also, every 15 seconds in battle, it launches the Tai Chi Matrix. And here, since Panda is a very defensive beast, it randomly increases 2 of your troops' defense by 6% and reduces damage by 4.5% for 7 seconds. It directly says damage reduction and increase in troops' defense. It simply says it randomly increases 2 of your troops' stats. It doesn't say if it prioritizes front row or back row troops. However, since Panda is a defensive beast, let's assume that it's for the front row troops. And once we go into the dragon, the fourth skill is called the Dragon Strength. It increases 2 of your troops' critical strike rate by 5% and the critical strike damage by 150% for 7 seconds. And it prioritizes boosting the back row. Critical strike is a skill that you can unlock in Mystic College, for example. For mages, it's a fatal hit is one of them. It is a skill that depends on Azurite as well, so that makes the dragon skill even less attractive compared to the others. And then finally, when you check out the Phoenix, the fourth skill is called Flame Shield. Every 15 seconds, it randomly makes 2 of your troops get a shield. The shield absorbs 2.5% damage of your troops' current hit points, and it has a limit to that as well for 5 seconds, and it prioritizes boosting the front row. This is not a very powerful skill because it activates only after 15 seconds, and also it depends on the current hit points of your troops, and it prioritizes the front row. Within 15 seconds, sometimes the front row may not be that many anymore, and also the HP of the whole army will be reduced much further down as the battle progresses. So this makes it less effective compared to the other skills. So far, the Battle Stampede by Pegasus itself is the most favorable when you are an attacking castle, and when you have a highly defensive castle, for example, you have a jumper that goes into defending your farms, or when you are focusing heavily with a castle on reinforcements and all that stuff, then Panda will be interesting for you. Otherwise, Pegasus leads this list in my opinion. The last skill in this tree, which brings about all the debate that we talked about in the beginning, for considering which beast you should choose to upgrade along with the beast talents as well now. And for Pegasus, it increases the damage dealt against infantry and cavalry by 1.2% at level 1, and it has a maximum value of 20% when you reach the level 15 limit. So this is a very powerful skill because it basically increases the damage of all your troops by 1.2% at level 1. There is no restriction, it just says that it increases the damage dealt against infantry and cavalry. It doesn't say when attacking, it doesn't say when defending, anything like that. It simply says increases the damage dealt against them. And then when you go into Panda, the last skill is called Holy Blessing. It reduces damage taken by troops by 1%. It's a very defensive skill, again, since it is Panda, so all your troops are affected by this, and it reduces the damage taken by them by 15%. Then for the dragon, it increases the damage of archers and mages by 0.5% and reduces the damage taken by infantry and cavalry by 0.5%. That's at level 1, so maximum values are 7.5% each. It has a split effect. It boosts your back line and it boosts your front line as well, also considering their respective roles in the fight. So still the percentage values are much lower, and it is split into 2 rather than being focused on one itself. So that also makes it less effective in my opinion. And finally, when you go to the Phoenix, the last skill for it is called the Rebirth Flame. It increases damage done by your angels by a certain percentage. At level 1 it is 1%, and at level 15 it goes up by 16% of damage dealt by your angels. So it includes everything, every single attack of your angel, including the Sacred Flame skill that activates every 7 seconds, all the Mystic College skills like Blazing Soul, they all have that increased damage effect, and angels are the most powerful unit in the game. And this leads to the question whether to choose Phoenix or Pegasus when it comes to considering your beast talent skills as well. So this is the question: which one is better? Which one is better in your opinion? Let me know in the comments below. In my opinion, the Pegasus is better because the infantry and cavalry damage is not restricted to any particular troop type. Your aim in a fight is anyways to reduce enemy front line as fast as possible. And for the Phoenix, it's only focused on angels. Angels are still powerful and very powerful unit in the game, but they are also not always available in every fight. And another problem that we have recently is that the Phoenix Ashes that you need to upgrade the skills of Phoenix, like the Rebirth itself, that the third skill that increases the attack percentage of your angels, it is also not available anymore from events. You can only buy it with the packs, so that again makes the Phoenix less attractive compared to the Pegasus. So in my opinion, in terms of beast talents as well, Pegasus is better. So that's it for today. See you all again with another fun topic. Goodbye, guys.